Oh, hi. I didn't see you there. Welcome to Talk Gertie to Me, the Charm Patterns podcast, where we chat vintage glamour, sewing, creative rabbit holes, and fashion history, all through a campy, queer, and feminist pop culture lens. So throw on your favorite silk robe, grab a mocktail, and let's get started. Hi, everyone. I'm Gretchen.
And I'm Andrea.
We're also here with Millie, who looks so ridiculous right now. We're sitting in my living room on the velvet couch, and we have the microphone on a tray in between us and a bunch of swatches, which is a clue as to what we're going to be talking about today. But Andrea has spread the swatches out. Millie is just
Millie's
tall
cool
with it.
She doesn't mind some taffeta. She knows she looks good.
She has a nice silk mikado in a hot pink on her back. It's very beautiful on you, Millie.
Yeah, it's a good color.
So today we have an episode about fabric.
Yeah, and this is something we're really excited to talk about because I think it's a place people have anxiety when they're sewing, and it's why people just defer to cottons, right? But the different qualities that different fabrics bring can really change what you're making.
I mean, I'm a fabric person, as you know.
Yeah.
I have a terrible memory, but the one thing I have a good grasp on, I remember where I bought every single fabric that we have in our stash.
It's shocking. I can pull out a fabric and be like, what about this? And you're like, oh my gosh, I bought that in 2005 in Vienna. And it's this, and this quality, you know?
Yeah, I can tell you down to the blend, the name of the store where I got it. I can give you an anecdote about when I bought it. I can't tell you what I had for dinner last night. Actually, I can because I made a healthy dinner last night. I went shopping, everyone. Actually, I did Instacart.
That's as close to shopping as you're going to do. As you have mentioned, you don't care if they even know what a grape is as long as they put food in your cart and bring it to you.
Yeah, so I love appliances. Sorry, we're going to digress, but I hear that people like the life updates.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, and I love appliances, kitchen appliances. I do not like to use the main appliances, like a stove. I would so much rather roast asparagus in my toaster oven than use my oven.
Is that what you did?
No, I actually end up sauteing them.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
You have a beautiful stove.
I know. I don't know what my resistance is to it.
Well, you have to clean a stove.
You do?
If you use it, it has to be clean.
Okay.
It's always just shocking to me that you don't use that beautiful oven. You're not just baking things all the time.
No, I would rather have a countertop appliance.
Mm-hmm.
So last night I had 2 crock pots going because I made chicken breasts for me, and then I also have to make chicken breasts for Millie because Millie requires chicken breasts with her kibble. The princess needs chicken breasts. And then I have a rice cooker that I love, so I made a nice batch of rice. And then I made I turned on my stove and made asparagus.
A rice cooker can't be overstated how valuable it is.
Yeah, I think that people get frustrated with rice cookers because they do take a while. Like mine takes an hour to make rice.
Yeah.
I don't care. I'll take 3 hours to make a chicken breast as long as I don't have to stand there. Like I don't want to physically cook it. I want to throw it in a crock pot and leave for 3 hours. I would so much rather do that.
I know that I like cooking, but I'm like, an hour is okay because it's going to take me an hour at least to make dinner. So the rice can start while I start prepping and chopping everything else.
Yeah.
But we make a lot of rice.
I'm sure you do.
Yeah. I mean, just cooking last night it's like a 2-hour process for me.
What did you make last night?
I made a kale Caesar salad with spinach, with chicken and homemade pickled onions and homemade Caesar dressing.
This is wild to me.
Yeah. Oh, I made homemade croutons too. It's like
That-
it's like a 10-step process of like, and then you tear the ciabatta up, and then you soak it in water and salt, and then you saute it, and then you add garlic, and then you add cheese, and then you.
I would literally never do that. If I tell you I did that,
Something's wrong.
Something is really wrong.
Yeah. But they're so good.
No, I'm sure they're delicious. So enough about croutons. We're going to talk about the changing landscape of fabric shopping.
It's a big topic.
It's a huge topic in the sewing world right now because, I mean, I do want to acknowledge that not all of our listeners are in the U.S.
That's true.
You know, we have a very global audience.
Yeah.
But what has happened with our main chain store here in the US, JOANN, is that it declared bankruptcy and they all just
They're already Spirit Halloweens.
They are all, it's like the Walking Dead out there. Every store, the shelves were just cleared. People were just looting JOANN. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's one swinging light bulb hanging in the ceiling, and they're selling absolutely everything.
And then Spirit Halloween comes into every single one. The corpse isn't even cold, and Spirit Halloween is taking over.
Yeah, this is how I feel about it. Yeah.
I do think it's worth mentioning that our most local JOANN, which was in Poughkeepsie, New York, is one of the saddest JOANNs I've ever seen.
It bummed me out. Every time I had to go there, I was like, oh gosh, this is so sad. One of the things about JOANN closing, actually, is that I saw all these memorial videos people were posting.
Oh my God.
And some of the JOANNs looked really nice.
Yeah.
I would be like, oh, wow, where's this? I would shop there. But the Poughkeepsie, it was dark and there were lights flickering and it had a really low ceiling. And
They did not fix that light for like a decade. I mean, I've told you about the event that I did in that JOANN. I did like a book signing.
Oh, boy.
And I think like 7 people came.
Oh, God.
There's flickering light.
Oh, grim.
It's so grim.
It's so grim. The JOANNs in Newburgh, where we are, became the vintage emporium.
Which I like. If every single JOANN turned into a fabulous vintage store, that's the America I want to see.
Me too. I mean, that sounds great. I just don't want them all to be junky Halloween shops. But
Yeah. Do you ever go to Spirit Halloween?
no, you know how I feel about Halloween.
I go there for decorations, or I used to.
Yeah, it's not really my holiday.
Oh my God, this is what we have to tell people. Breaking news, Andrea doesn't like Halloween.
I don't like it at all.
But come on, you like the way we do Halloween at Charm. You have to.
Well, yeah, because that's spectacular. And also, it's fine because when actual Halloween comes, we're all over it. I'm over it.
I know. We're doing Halloween now, and it's July.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. So it's more of a summer holiday for us.
It's a nice summer, break.
Yeah, kind of like right after Independence Day, we celebrate Halloween here.
Yeah, I love it because you love it, and so we make really spectacular things.
Yeah.
But my passion for the holiday itself is non-existent. Though my children, I mean, we are already talking about Halloween costumes.
Yeah.
All the time.
I love that.
Yeah, they have to, and no decisions are allowed to be made before October 1st because they're going to change their mind 12 times.
Well, I'm so old. Nothing makes me feel older than hearing what your kids want to be for Halloween.
What is that?
Because I don't know who any of these characters
Oh,
are.
yeah.
I was Little Bo Peep for Halloween in 2nd grade, just to give you an idea.
I was Little Bo Peep when I was far too old, which is the genesis of my hatred of Halloween. I can pinpoint it to a particular time.
Why? What happened?
That is for another day.
Well, now I want to know.
No, it's just
This is a childhood trauma.
It was a
story?
childhood. Yeah, it was a childhood trauma. And therefore, I was like, well, this holiday is dead for me, which I established when I was like 13 and have never recovered.
Okay, well, I'm going to be hearing that story from you one day. It may not be on live recording.
I'm going to find the picture.
Okay.
You find your picture of you as Bo Peep, and I'll find my picture of me as Bo Peep.
I don't know if I want to find my picture because in my mind, I looked fabulous.
I was wearing full-length pantaloons under my Bo Peep dress, if you want the reason why. I only wear black sacks now. And Anyway. But I think, okay, so the thing about JOANN's is that I didn't have the best relationship with it. I often felt they were overpriced for what you were getting.
Well, the goddamn coupons.
Yes.
That is exhausting to me. Just tell me how much it costs. Don't make me download an app. Don't make me re-download it every time I go in every 6 months because, I haven't been using it. And then I have to find I'm just like, forget it. Like how much
This
how much
is why I hate Kohl's.
Oh, God.
I will not step into a
Kohl's Cash?
because
I don't care.
Because Kohl's Cash, everything is priced up so that it can be put on sale all the time.
It's insidious.
And that's what JOANN's was like for me.
I agree. Could
And
not
they
agree
don't
more.
carry the thread I like. They didn't carry Metler.
Oh yeah, we're
Metrocine.
Metrocine fangirls here.
Real big fangirls. And they had a low level attention to anything that wasn't a synthetic. But I think the thing Joann's did have is the immediacy of wanting to start a project, being able to go just get something as opposed to getting stuff online and having to wait. There's instant gratification. And I think that's one of the reasons people loved it. And also, it was the only game in town for a lot of parts of the United States.
For me, it's more of a nostalgia thing. Like it's just been an institution for so long. And I remember going to JOANN's with my mom when I was a kid. And like, you know, speaking of Halloween, she would sew my costumes. I'm sure she made my little Bo Peep costume. But the way we would do it was that we would go to JOANN. We would go back to the metal filing cabinets with all the patterns in them. I would look through the catalog, decide what I wanted to be, pick out the pattern from the cabinet, and then go to the fabric section, pick out the fabric. I loved that process.
Oh, wow.
And so when I got into this world, there were so many milestones for me with JOANN's. Like my first pattern appeared, like I was on the cover of the Butterick catalog. I went into the one.
Really?
Yes, Andrea. They put me on the cover several times. I would go in those sad tables in the back with the flickering light, and I'd be like, I made it. Pick up the catalog. Look at me. That's me. I was on the displays.
That's adorable.
I got really excited. I was like, this is such a full circle moment for me.
Well, you had fabric.
Well, yeah. And then I had a fabric deal with a company called Fabric Traditions, and they sold my fabric to JOANN. And I mean, people up until right before JOANN's folded, people were like, when are you going to have fabric back in JOANN's? I'm like, literally never. Because when I had fabric at JOANN's, this must have been, God, I don't even want to, I don't know. I don't do well with dates. It was a long time ago.
Only fabric dates. When you are like, oh, I bought that in Antwerp. 2010, those are the only dates you can remember.
But when I sold my own fabric, I don't know.
Who knows?
I don't know.
Yeah.
But I had like several seasons of fabric collections sold at JOANN, and people really liked it because it's hard to find garment fabric.
Yeah.
And so we did like sateen. There were some synthetic chiffon, crepe de chine. We even did like a Swiss dot, like a cotton Swiss dot with a floral printed on it.
Oh, wow.
Rayons. Like it was like a garment collection.
Yeah.
And it was retro focused, right? And that was when, I mean, I feel single-handedly responsible for bringing border prints back. And that may be so delusional. You can tell me how delusional I am. But I remember when I was working with Fabric Traditions, and I was like, I really feel like we should do a border print because it's so 50s. You just can't find it anymore. And they were like, ooh, JOANN's is really worried. They don't think people are going to buy it. And it was like my top seller.
Oh.
Yeah. And then they're like, oh, we should do. So maybe I single-handedly brought border prints back to JOANN.
Yeah.
I'll give myself that.
I'll give you credit for that.
Thank you. And so I had a few seasons, and like for me, that was good money. I got nice big checks from that.
Wow, really?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's nice to hear.
Yeah. And so for a while, like I was just like I had Butterick, I was writing books, and I had the fabric line, and that was a living. That would never be a living for me right now.
Yeah.
But at that time it was, which I mean, speak of the shifting landscape,
Yeah.
And then when they canceled it, I mean, I was devastated mostly because I was like, how am I going to live?
Yeah, right. You're like, well, I guess I got to go be, pick job A, B, or C. Right?
Yeah. So when they canceled it, what they started doing, and this may be applicable to this discussion, was instead of licensing designers like me, like Yaya Han, who her line held on for a long time.
Yeah, it really did.
The cosplay line. Instead of doing a licensed designer for the vintage stuff, they started going directly to the mills in China and getting designs from them.
Oh.
So just buying the designs directly. Boo. Yeah, it's interesting. I don't know. I'm sure they made that choice because it felt more sustainable for them.
Yeah.
But here we are.
Here we are. Well, I have a completely different relationship with JOANN's because, of course, I never sewed as a kid. My mother never sewed a button.
Yeah.
That was not a thing in my house.
Yeah.
So I didn't sew until I got to college and started production sewing in a costume shop.
Which is a very different kind of sewing.
Yeah, and then I would go with my friend, now mentor then, and we would have to go to JOANN's, and she didn't love it. And the two of us would be there, and everyone would be asking us what we're making. And, you know, if you're not just like, oh, I'm making a skirt. If you're like, well, I have to make a 16th century ball gown.
When you go get your fabric cut,
Yes.
and the person who worked there is like contractually obligated to ask you what you're making.
Yes. And
Every time I'm like, none of your business.
well, and yeah, I just felt for them, and everything I was ever making was, well, I'm making some monk robes for a farce. It felt so wrong, and I didn't want to have the long conversation. I just wanted to get in and out.
Yeah.
But the other thing that JOANN's had was the paper patterns. Everyone in the costume shop knew your patterns and loved them. And I actually used a couple of them.
Aw.
But the thing about it is that I think JOANN's devalued patterns with those sales.
Yeah.
And the sales were great because it was cheap, but it gave people a feeling that patterns should be $1.
Yeah.
And I hate that because of what goes into even like the big four.
Yeah. Which is also in a changing landscape, but I don't think we know where that's going. So that'll be another episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. They were just sold.
Yeah. To the same people.
I agree that it devalued patterns, and we know how much work goes into them. And I knew how much work goes into a butter pattern. Like, I don't know if they're still in the office, but they had a huge space in New York City in the financial district. Like, the rent alone, you know what I mean? And I would go into a JOANN's and be like, they're $1.99.
Yeah.
And I think it gave everyone, including myself, a, well, I'll just stock up mentality. Yeah. I don't know if I care that much about this particular design, but I'm going to get it anyway because maybe I'll use it someday or whatever it is. But it was quantity over quality mentality. Mm-hmm. And that's sad to me because I want every pattern to feel so special.
Yeah.
You know, and it's sad to think of it as this thing that you just kind of stock up on.
I just think there's less intent and purpose in choosing if you're getting to choose that cheap.
Yeah.
But that being said, we would go for the costume shop and just buy a bunch of patterns because that was, yeah, you never know.
You never know. This also touches on accessibility.
Yeah.
And for me, it was specifically about accessibility for beginners, right? Mm-hmm. I always felt that was JOANN's place in the sewing world. Mm-hmm. You go to JOANN's and everything is there for you. You can pick out a pattern, you can pick out the fabric, you can get your thread, you know what I mean? And now I feel like there's just so much more of a barrier to people starting sewing. I think if I were starting now, I would just feel overwhelmed by all the different places I had to go to get supplies. Mm-hmm. Virtually, you know? Yeah.
And there's still, I think Michael's has fabric now, I heard.
Yes, they're trying to take over a little bit.
But I haven't gone to look at it. We should do a field trip.
I want to go to Michael's.
You do. No one loves Michael's more than Gretchen. But and then Walmart has fabric and supplies, but Walmart just bums me out personally. So those are your options.
Yeah. Now. So the question now is like, where are people gonna go?
We have a really lovely local fabric store, and I do want to highlight independent stores.
Yeah,
we buy most from independent stores online.
Yeah, let's talk about how we buy fabric for Charm.
We live close to New York City, you know, like an hour and change. But the reality is that the time to go fabric shopping is hard to squeak out.
Yeah, so we usually end up shopping online as well.
Yeah. For muslin, for all of our notions, for all of our specialty things, pretty much all of our supplies. Besides thread that I usually just buy from Beetle and Fred, our local fabric store.
Yeah.
Because they carry Metler, and Metler's hard to find. Other than that, we have certain suppliers that you like for certain things. And so we tend to buy like all over. And you buy on Etsy. Mm-hmm. Fabric shopping in New York, I mean, if you ever have a chance to shop in New York, you should do it. You should go to all the little stores.
Oh my God, I had a day yesterday. We were in meetings till what? 2:00.
2? Yeah.
And then I was like, I've got to get out of here because I went to see a show last night and I wanted to go back to Mood for some lace that I'd seen.
A very particular thing that you're looking for.
A very particular thing for the December pattern.
Yeah.
I also had to drive through Times Square. Like you.
Oh, no, it made you do it too. We're like, we never get to New
go
York.
to New
But
York.
I was actually in New York on Tuesday. I took my son, Henry, and his friend to see Hadestown. And one of the things that was just insane to me is that Kugel routed me through the middle of Times Square.
Yes, I also
Unacceptable.
drove through.
I'm so sorry. I even warned you.
I know, and I was like, "Well, it's taking me this way. I guess I'll just drive." So I got stuck. So I didn't park until 5:15, and Mood closes at 6.
Oh my gosh.
So I'm booking it up there, and then they only had a yard and a half of it, and I'm looking for such a specific color.
Yeah.
And they just didn't have anything else. And so I was like, well, I'm going to take this opportunity to run up and down 37th, 38th, and 39th. So those 3 blocks between 7th and 8th, those are where you find all the sort of like mom and pop indie fabric stores in New York.
Yeah.
I will say, I don't like going to those alone. I was like, I wish Andrea was here because I have experienced some sexual harassment in those stores.
I have also.
Yeah. So I would just say, cautionary.
Yeah, everyone should know that. But you can also haggle.
Yes. Also cheap fabric, so.
Yeah. There's this one store, I don't know if it's still there. I haven't been on 38th Street in a long time. But there's this one store that has said since 2004 that it's going out of business.
Going out of business,
And I call it the going out of business store. Yeah. And every time I would go in when I was shopping in New York all the time, I'd be like, so are you closing soon? And he'd be like, yep, in 3 months. And it's like 20 years later, I was taking students on tours of it. It was so great.
So I got so sweaty. I ran up and down the streets. I looked in every little, because some of those shops close at 7. Did you know that?
No.
Yeah. Part of the problem with the garment district is everything is like business hours only.
Yes.
So when are you supposed to go if you have a job? But some of them were open till 7, and I went into a bunch, and I still didn't find what I was looking for, which is frustrating. But we have that, at our disposal. And we sometimes go on day shopping trips if we have a big shoot coming up. The two of us will go in.
Yeah.
And I bribe you with a turkey sandwich. Andrea is obsessed with turkey sandwiches.
I love turkey sandwiches.
I don't get that. Yeah. But we used to go to this place called Ben's Kosher Deli.
Yeah.
It was
in
right
the
on,
fabric district.
I think it was like 37. It was 38.
38.
It was
yeah.
right next to Steinloff and Stoller, which is where you buy your notions.
Yeah.
And it was this great kosher deli. I got the pastrami. I don't understand the appeal of dry old turkey.
It was a real gift.
Oh, God.
When
Doing
you're
a
just
couple
like-
hours of shopping and then sitting down in those booths.
Bowl of pickles.
Bowl of pickles. Little metal jar of mustard.
Yeah. I miss it.
I know. It's now called Mr. Broadway.
Buff.
And they have those fancy French fry tins that make you so mad. It's kind of like when, tacos are served in those little metal corrugated things. And you're like, oh, this isn't going to be, this is like white people food.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This isn't going to be good.
Yeah.
So now they have those fancy French fry tins, and it's called Mr. Broadway, which is the worst name ever. Yeah, it's just not the same.
Importantly, listeners,
This is why Andrea wants to talk about this because
I want people to give us diner recommendations
in the city near the garment
in the
district.
city near the garment district. We've tried a couple, haven't been super psyched. It's not the same, but we need that incentive to get us to go. I mean, and shopping in New York is so great because you can be inspired.
Yeah.
And sometimes we'll pick something completely out of left field and it's amazing. And I love that. But the reality is testing patterns takes a lot of time, and I have to be in the studio doing that so much that besides like you just running up and down 38th and 39th Street looking for a particular thing.
So sweaty.
Just showing up all frazzled to your show.
Oh my God. I went to see Maybe Happy Ending with Darren and Chris. And it left me very melancholy today.
Yeah.
I'm really questioning mortality and my purpose in life.
Which just makes a lady ready to talk about fabric.
I know. I'm like, why do I feel so scattered today? It's like, because we're all going to die.
Oh, gosh. But we buy most of our fabric online. And you have some sources you really like. And we have sources for notions. But I think one of the things I want to get across today is just that buying fabric online shouldn't be scary. And we also do it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, one of the things we were talking about before this is I feel like people have always said to me online or in person, oh, well, I don't have a local place to buy boning, or like, I can't get spiral steel boning the way that you can. And I'm like, do you think that there's like a ye old boning shop on the corner here in Newburgh? So there is no, like dry goods and spiral steel boning bodega here in Newburgh.
A man pushing a cart around.
This is my fantasy.
Corsetry supplies.
I mean, it does paint a picture like of the Gilded Age town that Newburgh must have once been in like 1887, the year my house was built. Maybe there was a boning store. There was like probably a notions and like millinery supply store here in Newburgh.
Yeah.
But there is not now. So we've always ordered our corsetry supplies online.
Yeah. I mean, when people ask us like on the internet and they're like, but I don't know where to get it. I'm like, you're already online. Like we're also online, and
we're all on the same internet.
We're all on the same internet. Like corsetrysupplies.com is a great place to go.
Yes. And so in the US, I'm like, no excuses.
Yeah.
But I understand that in other countries, it may be harder to find a place that you don't have to pay. What do you call the taxes? I want to say tariffs, but
VAT.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about buying fabric in New Zealand.
Right.
Except that they have Spotlight and everyone loves it.
Right. Spotlight doesn't have spiral steel boning, for instance. And the thing about Spotlight that I didn't realize until I went to Australia for the first time, it's kind of like a Bed Bath & Beyond and a JOANN in one.
What?
Like you can buy a duvet.
What?
There's also a party supply section. So you could get like...
you not told me this before.
I don't know, but I was so shocked when I went.
Oh my gosh.
I was like, wait, it's a home goods store too? You can get throw pillows and fabric?
My cousin is coming. He lives in Australia, and he and his partner are coming to stay with me in a week. And I definitely am going to be like, well, I need you to tell me about your craft store.
Tell us about your local Spotlight.
Yeah, please, please.
So it can be harder to get these kind of supplies. So I do understand that. But here in the US, UK, wherever, like, no excuses.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, I mean, basic sewing supplies, I don't think you can beat Whack.
Oh, sure. Do they have spiral steel boning?
I can't remember offhand, and I didn't bring my laptop so that I don't get distracted. But they have like a really good, like basic supplies. You know, thread. They don't sell Mettler. Again, I'm just going to keep saying it. But they do sell Gooderman.
We do have a Mettler sponsorship. I feel the need to say at this point now that we've...
I feel that way anyway.
I know, we did feel that anyway.
Like, I still hunted it out. We've spilled only Mettler for the whole 6 years I've been here.
And we have no other sponsorships. I just want to say that. And also, they haven't actually given us anything yet.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
But they are going to send us a thread cabinet.
They are, and I'm so excited.
Like the big display with all the colors.
So beautiful.
This is all Andrea's wanted in life.
I check Asana every day to see if it's on its way. But in the meantime, I will hunt out buying it. But they do sell Gooderman. They sell zippers. They sell buttons. They sell all kinds of just basic sewing supplies.
Interfacing.
Yeah. Sleeve boards, the whole deal. So, and they ship fast. And I know they ship super fast to us because they're only a couple hours away. There's a variety of stores and places that you have to kind of hunt out individual things. That does feel maybe a little cumbersome, but I really just want people to find a couple places you really like. And it's not hard. You do have to plan more. But that's how we do the majority of our shopping. I mean, you buy fabric on Etsy.
Yeah, I have fabric shopping days that I do at my desk.
Which you love.
I do love my fabric shopping days.
You do.
Sometimes I get frustrated.
Yeah.
Because I'll be looking for something really specific, and it can be hard to search out online exactly what you're looking for.
There was a great hunt done recently for a 1/4-inch half drop polka dot. That just the yelling from Gretchen's desk.
Well, you were shocking. All I wanted, a light background. I wasn't even that specific about what color. It could have been blush. It could have been ivory. I'm so flexible.
Yes. You're known for your flexibility.
But I wanted black polka dots. I wanted them to be a 1/4 inch, and I wanted them to not be a grid. I wanted them to be a half drop repeat. I don't understand what the problem is. Why is that so hard? That should be that should be like muslin.
I still laugh every time you talk about this very specific. And you're just like, I'm so open. You're like, except for these 18 parameters.
Like, it can't really be anything.
And then it's in like,
not.
Yeah, that it's in charmeuse, that it's in. So,
oh, I want it to be rayon also.
Oh, I love it so much. It's so great.
I'm just a flexible lady.
Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
That kind of stuff frustrates me. And I'm in that vortex right now with this specific fabric. I'm looking for December, which when people see the December pattern, they'll be like, oh.
Yeah.
But yeah, that frustrates me because I can get into these web spirals where I'm just looking at the same sites again and again. I start doing things using Google Lens, to try to find a similar thing, adding words to the
30 tabs open.
There's so many tabs open. I'm sending you every single link by Slack.
You are.
I'm like, what about this? What about this? What about this?
But the funniest part is it's always, I'm doing other things.
I don't care.
And you're like, but I need you to, you got to look at this.
You got to stop everything.
This is very important.
I don't care about that spreadsheet. Stop everything. Look at this fabric.
Look at this fabric. I mean, I do like looking at fabric, so.
But those days take me a long time. So I understand the frustration that people have with like, also, if you're not looking for something very specific, then it could be anything. Yeah. And there's so much fabric out there.
Yeah, and you can't touch it.
You can't touch it.
We're pretty committed to buying swatches.
I mean, the times that I haven't bought a swatch and just sort of blindly committed to 6 yards of buttercup yellow taffeta that then had a slightly greenish tint to it that made me really upset. And then we ended up using it for muslins.
Yeah. In an ideal situation, we're planning far enough ahead that we have time to get a swatch and then get the fabric.
Well, and as you've pointed out, I care a lot about color.
Like, oh my gosh.
Extremely specific.
Yeah, I don't think my eyes are good. I mean, my eyes aren't good.
You think you're missing some cones in your eyeballs?
Oh, based on our discussion of like, we were looking at, I think we have a swatch of it here.
The purple taffeta.
The purple taffeta, the perfect purple taffeta for Betty.
For the Betty dress.
For the bow. And this is before we created the sewing pattern for everyone. You self-drafted it and you had very specific vision in mind for Dapper Day. And the journey, the number of purple taffeta swatches that arrived was just shocking.
And then I finally found one that was right. And I ordered it. And they're like, oh, sorry, we're out of that. And I was like, well, I guess I'll just close the company.
Cancel my vacation. Yeah.
Like, I don't know what to do. I've looked at all the purple taffeta on the internet.
Well, the one you ended up getting, your second choice.
I'm now obsessed with that fabric.
It's incredibly beautiful.
We should have more of it. It was incredibly beautiful. And I don't know what my problem. I get so, and maybe this is my problem, is that I cling to some idea of what I want, that I can be. You need to have a more open mind, I think, when you're shopping online.
Yeah.
But anyway, swatch ordering is so important.
I think you could call that rabbit hole being passionate, if you wanted to phrase it nicely. That. Yeah, it's okay to be passionate. That's the whole reason we do all this, is because you get obsessed with the perfect purple taffeta bow.
Right. Well, I'm going to stop soon, so we don't have to go through this pain anymore. No, I don't think I could stop if I tried. This is all to say, people ask us a lot in the retreats and stuff. They're like, I just don't know how to pick a fabric for my pattern. I don't know all the different types of fabric. Like, you recommend challis, but I don't know what that is because I've never used it.
Yeah.
And this is where ordering swatches just for the purpose of self-education can be really crucial.
Even if you're just touring the fabric stores in New York, if you're ever here for a retreat, hopefully.
Yeah,
come
see us.
For just a visit to New York City and you want to go to the fabric district, they will swatch for you. And you can take those swatches and go home. And then a lot of them have online stores and you can go call back and order it.
Yeah, I really love, I mean, I know I'm always talking up B&J, but one thing that they do with their swatches is they put a sticker on. Oh, like you can see right here.
I can see. They can see.
They can't see us. They're not here with us. What I'm doing is I'm holding up a swatch, and I want this fabric so bad. It's like it's a pale salmon. It's called I can't even pronounce it. A gros de Londres is this type of fabric.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I mean, you go into B&J and you'll see fabrics you had never heard of.
Yeah.
I see fabrics I've never heard of, and I know a lot about fabric at this point.
I love their labeling. They label the swatches for you, which is huge.
Let's describe it to them. We're still describing.
It says the price, it says the width, it says where it came from in some cases, it says the kind of fabric.
And
yes.
It has what are these called? A QR code. So you can just take a photo of it on your phone and then pull up the link to it and order it.
Yeah.
But we got to finish talking about this fabric, which is that it has a pale salmon background and it has huge 1-inch raspberry pink polka dots in a half drop repeat.
We'll put a link to this fabric.
I mean, people are going to get a little sticker shock from this fabric, but I mean, everything at B&J is very expensive, but you know, they have
you also
really
know what
special stuff.
You know what you're getting. You know, like you don't want to go and buy like muslin there.
No.
Or like, I don't.
No.
You know, it's expensive. But if you are interested in making sure that you have a certain fiber content, they're not going to lie to you.
Yeah. And also, I mean, I'm going to sound like a snob. I'm worried when I say this. But I mean, when I was going to those mom and pop stores yesterday, I saw several different fabrics that we've ordered directly from China on Etsy. So these are coming from the mills in China. I mean, I'm not going to like do a moral thing here because I don't know how the fabrics from B&J are made either.
Yeah.
But I do know that when you go to B&J, the lace is going to be directly from a French lace mill. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not going to be from one of these like drop shipping China mills. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I feel like you're getting specialty fabric from specialty mills. Mm-hmm. And that's why it's more expensive.
Shopping there is really fun. It's easier to manage because they have, like, I guess you call them like closed stacks where the fabric rolls are in the back.
Headers.
And so you can
Closed
just
stacks like you're in a library.
Yeah, like that's what I always think of it as. Like you're not having to rifle through, but you're looking at the headers. So you get to see a sample of everything, but it's not overwhelming and you're not doing like pulling the rolls out of
This
the
is my
shelves.
pet peeve about Mood. I hate their system so much.
I kind of love it because there's, you know, you can look to the left and look to the right and really see lots. But
You love Mood? You love their...
I
Explain
don't have the
yourself.
same. I know I don't have the same problem as you.
Well, I just don't understand. So the difference is, listeners, that at Mood, all of the bolts are stacked on top of each other, like several feet deep. So you can't see what's at the bottom, and everything on top of it is so heavy that you can't lift it up. So I'm like, well, I guess fuck me, you know, like I don't know when you. I guess I won't look at your fabric.
There's one you were buying a beautiful lace.
It was, oh
there.
my God.
Oh, you were like, we only bought 1 yard.
I bought half a yard. I've never done that before. Because how much was it?
It was like so much money.
I think it was 2 something. Am I making that up?
No, I don't think you are.
It was like $2.50 a yard. And okay, so here's how Mood stored this lace.
Mood, we do like you.
Sorry, Mood. We do like you. I do love going. I was just there last night. But they like wrapped it in tissue paper and then shoved it in this shelf. And luckily it was near the top, so I was able to find it. Mm-hmm. It was an eyelash lace. And it was not protected at all at the end. And it had just been shoved in and out. I don't know how many decades it had been there, but like the eyelashes were abraded, first of all. And it had been treated so poorly. And then I take it up and I'm like, how much is this? They're like, oh, that's $250 a yard. And I'm like, shouldn't you be taking better care of this? And then I bought half a yard because I was like, well, we didn't use no, we did use the eyelashes. Anyway, whatever. I bought half a yard and I took it up to pay for it. And the woman was like, oh, well, I'm gonna wrap this up and I'm gonna put it in a special small bag for you because I don't want it like moving around in the bag and getting damaged. And I was like, do you know where this has been stored? I'm not worried about it sloshing around in a bag. It has been through enough. Like, you can't do any worse to this lace at this point.
It's been through the ringer.
It's been through enough.
Yeah.
Anyway, so let's get back to swatches though, because this is what I would suggest that people at home do is like, you don't know what silk file is, and we've mentioned it in a video. You could order a swatch of silk file, get it, make a little binder, you know, staple your swatches to your pages and write silk file. And so that then you always have build yourself a reference.
Yeah.
And this is what fashion students have to do in school is build swatch binders.
It's what costume students do. It was actually in the costume design class I taught. It was some of the most fun days.
This is how you learn about fabric.
Yeah. And we would stand there and then we would cut the fabric and talk about the quality of it. And then they would staple it into their little book and their binder so that they always had an example of rayon challis or silk twill.
Yeah.
So there's always something to go touch and reference in a book.
Yeah, this is how you learn. I wasn't born knowing what silk zibeline is. You know?
Sure.
You know, there's a process. And if you're serious about sewing, you can do that process too.
Yeah.
It's just maybe a little work. And if you don't live near a big city, this may be a mail order proposition. There's also that book that we recommend to people that is a ready-made swatch book that you can buy on Amazon.
Yeah.
So we'll put that in the show notes. I can't think what it's called, but it's pink and it's in the studio. We'll show you what it is.
Yeah, we actually been keeping it right next to the iron, like handy.
I show it to all the retreat groups because I'm okay. If you don't have the energy to order all your own individual swatches, you can actually just buy this and have that reference.
Mm-hmm. And we take care to make sure we're recommending a variety of fabrics.
Yeah.
Synthetic and natural.
Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about fabric.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think in the future, I would love to do some episodes on like one on silk, one on wool. We tried to do a silk one yesterday and then we were like, the hubris.
The hubris.
We thought we were going to do an encyclopedic approach to every type of silk and sit here and tell you all about each one of them. And maybe you do want that in the future.
Yeah. And I had like allotted, I was like, well, we're going to knock this out in about 30 minutes.
She said 20 minutes, listeners. She said I was like, it's not going to be 20 minutes. It's going to be 2 hours. If we
it's
do
an
this whole
entire
list.
season. We talked for an hour about JOANN's.
We have. Yeah. So in the future, I would like to have some foundational episodes about fabric.
Yeah. Deep dives into just...
But then we can talk about different fibers.
Yeah.
So, and that's the important thing to think about is like fiber versus weave, right?
Yeah.
Is an important thing with fabric. So fiber would be your cotton, your wool, your silk, your polyester, whatever it is made from, rayon.
Yeah.
And some of those are natural and some of them are synthetic. Your weave is charmeuse, twill, denim, whatever it may be. So
taffeta, dupioni.
Taffeta. Taffeta can be made from silk. It can be made from polyester. It can be made from acetate. It can be made from nylon, right? So taffeta isn't inherently any particular fiber.
Yeah. So when you're looking at fabric, it should have 2 words. Like it should say silk gazar or polyester gazar or whatever. But knowing that you're always going to see those 2 words. So if someone's just, oh, I just want a broadcloth, you're like, well, what's the what?
Yeah.
Or like a charmeuse or crepe de chine. Those can be made in different fibers.
Yeah.
And there are natural fibers, you know, the cotton, wool, rayon. Well, rayon's kind of a hybrid.
It's a wood pulp.
It's a wood. I love that about rayon. It's one of the reasons rayon is a little harder to find, I think. Or it was. I've seen more lately, but because you have to make pulp.
From trees?
From trees, yeah.
Silk. I don't think you said silk as a
silk,
natural fiber.
Natural fiber. And then, so then you have the kind of like hybrid where it's a natural material, but it's made in a
man-made process.
Yeah, kind of chemical way.
Yeah. Then you have your synthetics.
So polyester.
Acetate.
I love acetate for lining.
You do?
I do, yeah.
I like the sound of it.
Yeah.
I like that rustling sound.
Yeah. It's actually quite inexpensive most of the time too, so that's another thing about it. And there's some really good polyesters now. But the thing that synthetic fibers don't have is the same kind of breathability.
Yeah, well, they're plastic, you know? I think that's the thing to remember is that polyester is essentially plastic.
Yeah, like a Tupperware container and your poly satin are closer than you think.
Yes, exactly. Which I hate plastic just in general. Like we use so much plastic in this country. It is disgusting to me.
Yeah.
Just the disposability of it all and the way that it is never going to degrade. So I mean, that may be one of my issues against synthetics like polyester, and they're not breathable. But if you're looking for something more affordable, polyester is going to beat silk every day,
Yes, for sure.
right?
And like a mass market store
Yeah.
is going to sell the synthetic versions. Like
Yeah.
a big box fabric store, a Joann's, they're not selling silk. And, besides maybe a couple.
Yeah.
But mostly what you're going to see are the synthetics.
Right, because everyone's looking for Amazon prices, right?
Yeah.
Fast fashion prices. And people may think that making their clothes is cheaper than buying clothes, which now, I mean, with the way that fast fashion is and Shein and all of that, there's no way.
Yeah, there's no way.
There's no way.
Making your clothes is amazing and valuable and feels really good and feels wonderful, but it is not the most cost effective option.
No, absolutely not. So fiber versus weave, synthetic versus natural. We talked about that. And then, of course, you have your categories like woven versus knit, and we'll be talking about all of that. We have a book on knits coming out.
We do.
We do.
And it's a really, I think, objectively, as someone who didn't write it, it's really comprehensive and a really exciting project.
Thanks.
A true labor of love.
I wrote so much.
You wrote so...
I kept writing and writing and writing. I was like, I don't know how to do this because there's so much information to get through when it comes just to knits.
Yeah, you really poured your heart into it for a long time.
Yeah, it took a long time to write that book. So you have your knits, you have your wovens. You even have non-wovens. Like we've been looking a lot of lace lately. Lace is one of those fabrics that's neither a knit or a woven. It's in its special non-woven category.
Yeah. And different fibers can be made as knits.
Oh, sure. Like you have linen knits.
Uh-huh.
You have cotton knits.
Wool, stretch.
Wool knit. Oh, I love a wool jersey.
Yeah.
Ooh. That's sexy.
Let's do something in a wool jersey.
Yeah. What's your favorite fabric? If you had to sew one fabric for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Well, I love an iridescent taffeta. I just think it's so dynamic. And an iridescent taffeta is a woven fabric, and it's woven with two different colors, one on the warp and one on the weft. And it makes it just is so changeable and so beautiful.
I love that choice.
Yeah.
We just used an iridescent taffeta that was, I can't remember what the different threads were, but it gave impression of like a cafe au lait with a lavender sheen.
Uh-huh.
And I'm obsessed with that.
Everyone who came in and saw it was like, wow.
Yeah. Like
The vintage vibe from that color was amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. And like the rustling sound of taffeta. I can't wait to show them this thing that we made in this fabric.
I know.
I can't even talk about it yet.
It's the thing that the lace is also
This thing.
on.
I like that that's what we're calling it.
Yeah.
This, I'm just going to say it's my favorite garment that we've ever made.
That's huge.
I know. I think the care that went into it.
Yeah.
We really, I had Jackie, our helper for the summer. She was sewing it with me and we kind of tag teamed it. And the materials that went into it were so beautiful. The braided eyelash lace from Mood went into it. This beautiful taffeta. There was a lot of silk organza.
Yeah.
And sometimes I feel like we get so rushed because we have so much content.
Yeah.
And this one I could have spent another week on that dress.
Yeah.
But we did give it its due.
Yeah, it's really special. You guys are going to love it.
I love it so much. Okay, so most favorite is iridescent taffeta. What's your least favorite fabric to sew?
Excuse me, the dog's petticoat is rustling.
The dog's taffeta petticoat is ruffling. I put Millie in a dress. So I bought Millie this dress in... where did we buy this, Millie? It was when you went to Arizona to visit Grammy. And there was this shop that had these handmade Southwestern dog dresses. And so Millie is wearing this. It's a company called, let's shout them out, Aztec Canine. It's made in the Southwestern print. And it has, speaking of taffeta, it has a taffeta lining with a petticoat. And so Millie is rustling around near the microphone as we're talking about taffeta.
She looks so beautiful.
She does look so beautiful. All right, least favorite fabric.
I love silk chiffon and I hate sewing it. I don't love charmeuse either. Guess what, guys? We sew a lot of those. And you just got to get it. You just got to power through.
Yeah.
The problem with chiffon is it's just so wobbly. It just is moving all over the place and it never looks like it's the right. You cut it perfectly. You've taken so much time and care. And I know you say this too, but it's then you pick it up and you're, what the heck is this?
What are you doing?
Yeah, this doesn't look like a.
It goes crazy. It does this.
Yeah,
Which is not, it's a dance that I do with my arms.
Yeah, and you taught me that if you lay paper under it, lay tissue paper, that does help a lot, but it's still just so finicky.
Yeah. It is the devil's fabric. It's so hard to sew.
Yeah. What's your favorite fabric?
I was afraid you were going to ask that.
Well, if I'm going to be answering that question, you got to answer it.
I think there was a time that I would have said wool crepe. Wool has been my favorite fabric to sew historically because I really like the way that it molds. I like the way that you can steam it. I like the way that you can shape it with tailoring techniques. Like that's pretty magical to me.
Yeah.
I like the way that you use the crimping method for setting in the sleeve and then you set in the sleeve and it's like perfect.
Yeah.
Like that. Like a wool crepe sleeve head set in perfectly. Like that's just the best. That's so sexy.
Yeah.
You know? But I feel like I've moved away from sewing wool quite as much as we used to.
Yeah.
And I do think I've been kind of in the silk era.
Definitely.
I might say, oh God, I don't know, Andrea. Maybe Dupioni?
Oh. We haven't done Dupioni in a while. We should make something in Dupioni. Dupioni has the little, what are they called, Gretchen?
They're called slubs.
Thank you.
I kept saying slugs yesterday. And the thing is, I know that they're not called slugs, but there's something that's happening to my brain in this phase of my life where the wrong word comes out.
Yeah.
I know they're not called slugs, but my mouth would not form slubs.
Yeah.
And I kept just saying slugs.
Just over and over. It was
No, I couldn't stop.
Yeah. But and the slubs are little
Slugs?
the cute slugs are little knots of thread. Is that a good way to describe it?
Yeah,
Where
it's like a texture.
Yeah, it creates like an uneven surface, which I also love. I made a really beautiful dress when I was 20 in this.
Dupioni.
Yeah, it was an 1812 like gown, historic gown for a historic sewing class I was taking.
Silk Baron. We got to talk about Silk Baron. Like
Oh,
that's
yeah.
where like that's a great place to get the kind of silks that we're talking about. Iridescent taffetas, Dupionis with slugs. They have beautiful silks.
Yeah.
And I find their prices to be reasonable.
Yeah, and they're always doing like new colors, new.
So I was just
colorways.
thinking of bisexual taffeta.
Bisexual the Pride collection.
They do Pride collections, Lesbian Sunset, and bisexual taffeta.
The names are just fantastic.
I just love it so much. I will never get over bisexual taffeta.
I mean, Lesbian Sunset is pretty good.
It's pretty good too. It's pretty good too. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe Dupioni. I also love silk organza.
Oh yeah.
It's in the swatch pile. This, I know I say this. I'm planning my wedding dress for no reason. In general, like I could see myself getting married in this fabric. It's this is from New York Designer Fabrics. They're a little more expensive, but if you're looking for solid silks, and also if you want to order swatches, I find their site so valuable because it's just like silk file in 80 colors. You know what I mean? And I found this through them. It's called Salmon Rose. I hate it when anything is called salmon, but I deal with it. This is an iridescent silk organza. It looks, it's coral, punchy coral pink with a gold iridescent sheen.
We used it in the petticoat.
The Sea Monster petticoat.
Sea Monster. Mm-hmm.
So this would be a runner-up for current favorite. Do you like how I had to say 3 fabrics? I couldn't do one.
Yeah, that's fine.
Least favorite, hands down,
Yeah.
silk velvet.
Yeah, you will not. So.
Absolutely not. I don't even know how it's possible to sew it. Honestly, that's where I am with silk velvet. I'm like, what do? You just buy yardage and just throw it over your couch or something? A throw blanket? Because like, how does anyone sew this?
What is it about sewing it that you don't?
Okay, well, I had an experience. Talk about hubris. This would be for my third book, Gertie's Ultimate Dress Book. Mm-hmm. I wanted to do a 40s style kind of swing dress in, I'll do silk velvet. I have never found something more frustrating or downright impossible to sew. I looked up every tip. The naps, it moves like this. I'm doing another hand
Swishes back and forth.
handography moment. It swishes, it like squiggles around. It like squiggles laterally and back and forth and like forward and backwards so that the seam allowances never match while you're sewing it. And you'll read these articles like Threads magazine, tell me how to sew this. And they're like, oh, just hand baste your seams. I hand basted my seams. It still did that. So I'm okay, so I should just hand sew my seams. Oh. And I didn't do that, but I just dealt with it. And then I tried to hem it. What a nightmare. Every stitch, you can't top stitch that stuff.
Yeah.
And every stitch shows, and also it curls in on itself.
You are just...
I like the experience of trying to sew this dress. And I finally got it to a point where it could have been photographed. But also, it goes completely sheer under lights. Did you know this?
No, I did not.
So every photograph of me, you could see my black bikini underwear.
So you're saying it's not in the book?
It got cut from the book.
I want to see this dress.
I'll dig it up for you.
Find it in the archive somewhere.
It looked pretty cute, other than the fact that you could see
See
it was
your
like
underpants?
see my underpants.
It's like an X-ray dress. I want to say that there's nothing as beautiful as silk velvet.
I don't care.
It's the way it feels is amazing.
I don't care.
But I haven't sewn a ton of it.
It's dead to me.
Well, we're not sewing it at the Charm Studio, Gretchen.
Well, I mean, you can sew it if you want.
Well, I did do one thing. We did the Carol.
Oh, the Santa hat.
I made a silk velvet Santa
and I was
hat.
like, are you sure? Are you sure you can do that, Andrew? And then you sewed it. So wait.
It was a real pain in the butt.
It was. Okay. So this isn't just me.
No, it was, thank God, it was just like a Santa hat. You know, because it was just like one seam, a little cone. Carol.
My gay Christmas fantasy.
Yeah, gay Chris. That's right. That's right. The gay Christmas.
I'm like, isn't this as meaningful to every other queer person out there? And I don't think it got a lot of traction, but Carol is like a really important movie to me. Anyway.
It is. And so we'll post a picture to this lovely look.
Let's do it again. Let's try to push Carol on people again
Just every
this year.
Christmas, gay Christmas.
Gay Christmas. Yeah, like it's Carolmas.
Yeah. So that's the one silk velvet piece I've sewn recently, and it was more work than it should have been for a Santa hat. Like I should be pumping out a Santa hat in 20 minutes, you know, but this was like just like you're like stitch by stitch as you like don't pin it. It's not going to help. You're going to have to like go and like arrange and you're like stitch and then make sure it's arranged and stitch. And
you know what I do love? Cotton velveteen.
You do.
What a dream to sew.
But you know cotton velveteen's problem?
What?
Is that...
Oh, I know what you're going to say.
The
lint.
The lint. We had a real cotton velveteen period. I think it was around Gertie's Charmed Sewing Studio. We made Susie this cherry red.
Oh, the Camille. With the matching
jacket.
Lillian.
Yeah, and so my cutting table at home, it's homosewn and covered in muslin so that I can pin into it and pull patterns off of things. That's not what we have at the studio. But the thing to realize about that is that when you're cutting cherry red cotton velveteen on top of muslin, it looks like a murder scene. I must have lint rolled it like 100 times to get all of the little velveteen bits on. But it looked like a bloody mess when I was done cutting that.
Cotton velveteen is it's like a different breed than silk velvet because it just has totally different properties.
Yeah.
Like another thing to talk about with fabric is like drape versus structure, right?
Yeah.
And silk velvet would be an example of a velvet with so much drape.
Yeah.
And then cotton velveteen it has structure, and it's, to me, it's like sewing cotton sateen. So
Yeah.
easy.
It's so easy. It's wonderful.
And it's so beautiful for like full skirt 50s dresses.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if you can get the nap to go in the right direction on those skirts, there's nothing like it. I feel like we do use it a lot around Christmas each year.
Yeah, we do. I'm thinking of like
White Christmas.
the large variety of white Christmas dresses we made.
The pink one with the matching bolero.
Oh yeah, with the applique.
Yeah.
That was like one of the first things I made.
I
for
know.
Charm.
I know.
And you were very pleased that I was like cool with appliquing.
I know. I was like, you'll just do it without complaining?
Yeah. And that variation we did on the Peggy dress in
The
that
green.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that dress.
Yeah.
I think we're going to get to a point where we have recreated every look from White
Every
Christmas. 'Cause we
female
also
costume.
did the Judy vest.
Yeah.
We did the double circle skirt just so I could pair it with the Judy vest. And we have White Christmas looks planned this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every year.
Every year. I mean, we won't stop until we've gotten through that entire movie. We'll be doing the general's uniform.
Yeah, really. It's a work of art. But the other fabric that I love for drape is rayon challis.
Oh, sure.
I love rayon challis.
And that's a real economical fabric.
It is. It's definitely under $10.
The stuff we get on Fabric Wholesale Direct is like $6 a yard or something.
Yeah.
Am I making that up?
And we use that for samples, but we also use that for muslin.
Well, yeah. I mean, we're very specific about the muslin, in air quotes, fabric that we use, because if you're sewing something that needs to have a lot of drape, so the Marlena blouse,
Yep.
like really, I wanted to have that very 40s drapey look.
Yeah.
Right. And so we could have tested it in cotton muslin, but it's going to have a stiffer look to
Yeah.
it, and it won't replicate what we're going to get. And the fit changes.
Yeah.
The amount of drape that the fabric has. So we find sort of an economical fabric in each sort of category that we can use as a muslin for that type of pattern.
Yeah.
So like ITY
Oh, yeah.
knits, we use that for every muslin in the knits book.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
We bought so much. It was like,
We bought like 50 yards.
and we bought 77 yards.
We did?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And it came on one roll and it weighed.
It required
it-
two people to move.
Yeah, it was like an adult male body. It was like 200 pounds. And we had
Yeah.
to carry it by two people, and then you wing it onto the table.
And it was floppy. It was like one of those guys outside of a car dealership.
It was like a noodle.
It was a noodle. Yeah, I know that was a really, but because it gets so heavy, that type of
Yeah.
knit that has that kind of weight to it.
So we use muslin for tests, plain unbleached cotton muslin.
It's such a bummer to look at. Though.
I mean, God help you if you make a pair of pants.
I mean, it has that going for it because you're looking for the flaws in the fit, and it really shows you those. But my problem is I get so bummed out about how it looks that I'm not excited about the pattern anymore.
Well, that's the rayon challis that we buy. We buy a beautiful lavender, or a blush pink.
It's important to use light colors for your tests, because dark colors will sort of absorb any of the fit flaws, right?
And I think solids.
Totally, yeah. Print will also obscure. You want to be very focused on looking for
Yeah.
fit corrections.
Yeah. And when we were testing all those, the ITY, we bought a color that you were like, I can look at this for the next year.
Yeah, well, we knew it was going to be such a long process. I still love that color. We use
Yeah.
like a raspberry pink. It's
Yeah.
probably a little darker than I would recommend people normally do, but
I mean, we're good at looking for fit flaws.
We are.
Literally professionals.
we are. And it wasn't dark. It was a bright color.
Yeah, but it was so exciting to try a test in that. You're like, wow, this is amazing.
And then we had like every mannequin dressed in like fuchsia raspberry ITY.
Yeah,
It just looked
yeah.
so festive in the studio.
Really fun. But yeah, there's some fabric.
There's a wide world of fabric.
Yeah.
There's a shifting world of fabric.
And I feel like don't be afraid to buy online.
Yeah, get those swatches.
Yeah. I also, I mean, we have a significant stash.
I buy a lot of fabric. I've stopped buying fabric as a hobby as much as I used to.
The way other people like play pickleball, you buy fabric.
Yeah, it was a pursuit unto itself. Yeah, I don't do that as much anymore because we have so much. And
Yeah.
also, we're always looking for a specific fabric.
Yeah.
So I'm always having to buy new fabric for whatever project we have coming up. So that kind of like fulfills that need for me, I think. Though every now and then when I'm at Mood or like, last night at Mood, I'll see something. I'll be like, should I buy 6 yards of this for no reason? I don't do that as much as I used to.
Yeah. We have a pretty amazing fabric
Yeah.
stash. There's also like like all sewists, I think, there can be a space issue.
Yes.
Because
we have a big studio.
we have like a dream studio, I think,
Yeah.
for people. But your dog is trying to eat the silk gazelle.
Hey, what are you doing? I don't know what Millie's hobby is eating fabric.
Which is problematic.
Yesterday when we were sitting here, she just very gingerly just grabbed with the corner of her mouth a silk organza swatch and was going to take it over here to chew. I was like, what is wrong with you? What's wrong with you, Millie?
I know. She's like the Italian couture printed silk
She's
bazaars.
like, let me do a bite test.
Let me lick this a little bit.
Anyway.
I don't think there's anything wrong with having a stash of fabric.
No.
And I think
No, people get shamed. Women get shamed.
But I think also women get shamed and then also feel like they have to apologize.
Yeah.
But it's okay to like fabric. I buy fabric and I don't really sew much for myself.
You also get the outlet of charm for
totally
shopping for fabric in the same way that I do.
Yeah.
A little bit.
I do love shopping for fabric.
Let's do a fabric shopping day soon.
Okay.
Let's get turkey sandwiches.
I know. It's going to have to be after this podcast so people can tell us where we
Send
can
us your recommendations in the Garment District for your favorite kosher deli. Do you think we're going to get any recommendations?
A girl can dream.
A girl can dream.
Yeah.
Andrea wants a nice turkey sandwich for some reason, and I would like a nice classic New York pastrami. Okay? Well, thanks for listening, everyone.
Yeah, this is fun to talk about.
It was so fun.
Yeah.
But
one day we'll do that encyclopedic silk episode that we tried.
We'll try again someday. But yeah, we want to lay a foundation of talking about fabric on the podcast because it's a fun chit-chatty subject that you don't necessarily need video or photos for.
Yeah.
So, well, thank you for joining me, Andrea.
My pleasure, as always.
And we'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Well, hello again, and thank you so much for joining me. That's it for this installment of Talk Gertie to Me. If I had to guess, I'd probably say this episode included a lot of fashion and pop culture references, some of which are best enjoyed in a more visual medium. So be sure to check the show notes for images and links.